What up, everybody? This is Chris Blunt.
And I'm Breezy Rumsey.
And welcome to Profoundly Ignorant.
Ignorant.
Yes, and profound.
Mostly ignorant.
Mostly ignorant. We try profound.
Sometimes.
And you know,
sometimes we kind of scratch the surface of it.
Sometimes we reach our goals, sometimes we don't. But that's a part of growing. That's a part of life. Man, it's been a good week. I've been grinding and getting ready. I'm performing next week in Austin at the local with the Gentlemen of Leisure.
Gentlemen of Leisure.
Yes, Gold Life.
2017.
The great and powerful album coming out. Yes, we are all about the shameless promotion here.
Pimping ain't easy.
Yes, it's been crazy because we decided to because my life is too complicated. Isn't complicated enough in a lot of ways. So we decided to release an album at the same time. So it's more shameless promotion. Great and powerful coming out, plus the performance. So we've been just getting that together and everything. But in the process, I've been kind of geeking out and doing other stuff as well. How was your week?
My week was busy but good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You did more dance momming?
More dance momming, the huge. And this was supposed to be an off weekend, and I still dance mom like fucking crazy.
Forever dedicated to the thug life.
Apparently.
I feel you. All right, so one of the things I wanted to get into was some stuff we really didn't get a chance to discuss too much last week. I know I wanted to discuss like Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Iron Fist, for those who don't know, is a part of the Marvel Universe, and he is the last of the Defenders that they're doing for Netflix's Marvel series.
Yep.
So I didn't foresee the blowback that this is gonna receive.
I feel like I kind of did, but in a different way.
Yeah, like I feel like he was, of course everybody was mad because he's a white guy, and I was like, he's a white guy in the comics.
Right.
But I think that people are just tired of cultural appropriation in general. I think Lawrence brought up.
Yeah, people were pissed when the comic came out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think tagging along, Lawrence had pointed out Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Kung Fu was a thing. With David Carradine, and it's like.
Well, and Ghost in the Shell's coming out.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell's coming out.
With Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, because Yeah. Because that's the thing. Yeah,
because we need that.
Because we need more white people in Asian roles.
The thing
is what
is,
it is, and
little white girls need to see positive images of themselves on television in other cultures.
But so do little Asian girls.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, Then it received bad reviews. I know the dude, the star, the guy on the show, he ended up tweeting, trying to explain it. And it backfired on him.
Yeah.
And
I know he's got a real name, but it's Loras Tyrell from Game of Thrones. So let's just call him Loras Tyrell.
Loras Tyrell from Game of Thrones. Here's the thing. When you know you're doing something stupid, and you know that something has a big black backlash, you should shut the fuck up before you go on Tinder.
Right.
Like, I feel like, because Tinder, like, it's the public.
I feel like there was another one recently, too, that had a big backlash, and it kind of... Tilda Swinton in Doctor Strange. Yeah. And then she was trying to defend her reasoning for taking the role, and the comedian Margaret Cho.
Yeah.
And her got into it a little bit, and there was some like Twitter feud or some fighting.
See, that's the thing. You're fucking up. Which I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Marvel's not great with Asians.
Right. Well, I think as a whole, as bad as they are with a lot of minorities, Asians tend to be the most underrepresented, and that's unfortunate, and it's bullshit, because I feel like if I'm watching a movie that's set in Japan, I want a Japanese actor. I am not going to be taken out of the story if it's a Japanese actor or actress. I'm more taken out of the story when it's Scarlett Johansson with, like, kabuki robots. Like, I'm going, guys?
Scarlett Johansson with a Japanese fucking name.
Right?
Yeah, like...
And it's Ghost in the Shell. Just pick an Asian actress. There are some really amazing ones. You didn't need to cast her. And she probably wouldn't have lost sleep had you not cast her.
Exactly.
She's
fucking Scarlett Johansson.
Right,
and
like, she's fine. She's gonna be fine.
But white life. Anyway, so like...
Hollywood.
So yeah, I think...
weird.
What I'm thinking back to Iron Fist, like, I feel like this... Like, the reviews have been terrible. The reviews are like, if you can make it past the second episode, you're doing well.
Right.
But it's fucking boring. It drags. And they do have a history. Marvel does have a history of dragging certain things out when it comes to shows. I think that with Daredevil season 2, it could have been a little bit smaller. Like, they didn't need 13 episodes.
Right.
But they dragged that shit out.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is, I didn't really get as annoyed by the 13 episodes because I feel like what they tried to do and what they could have done better, though, is introduce the Punisher. Mm-hmm. And great, but you almost made it like a Daredevil / Punisher season, and it really should have been like, let's introduce this character kind of towards the end and then give him a season. Punisher needs a season.
Yeah, but Punisher's getting a season.
Yeah, but it's going to feel like Daredevil light, like 2.0.
It's going to be dope.
It will be amazing.
Like it's gonna be dope.
I really like the casting of Punisher. Like, I'm really glad they went with John Barenthal because I needed him to redeem himself after Shane from The Walking Dead.
I feel like the Shane role got him Punisher because they were like, this guy could play an asshole.
Yeah, and he did it so well.
He's doing it great. Yeah. Great. I was happy to see him die.
Yeah.
And now I'm rooting for him because
there are so many people on Walking Dead that I get really excited when they die. Ken and I, I'll share some inside our relationship turmoil.
Go ahead.
We watch these shows together. We get obsessed with these fandoms, and he'll be even on the fence about some characters, and I will hate these characters. Like Beth from The Walking Dead, I nicknamed her cannon fodder in season 2. And Ken is like, why do you call her that? And I'm like, because all she does is sing, and that's completely useless in a zombie apocalypse, and she's gonna die at some point.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. So then when she dies, Ken's all like, I was starting to warm up to her, and I'm like, why would you ever warm up to cannon fodder? You knew it was coming.
Exactly.
You can tell who's gonna die. Don't ever get feelings for them.
She was very much VH1 in the 90s. It was the world's ending, but you know what I have?
I'm gonna hold this baby and I'm gonna sing to it. Yeah, I'm like, you're absolutely useless. You bring nothing to this group. I'm sorry if you're a Beth fan.
Ooh, yeah. And I was like, this doesn't make fucking sense at all.
Right.
I don't know if you noticed, but everybody's fucking dead, Beth.
Right. Stop singing in a prison full of zombies. They're on to where you're at now. And I'm sorry, 5 of our listeners that are Beth fans. I probably just ostracized you guys as well. I have a tendency to do that.
Y'all should stop singing during terrible times.
Don't catch feelings for cannon fodder. That's the moral.
Please don't. If you're just binge watching it,
right.
My bad.
Don't take the people that don't want to get in the way, man.
All right. Right. So, not to sound selfish about the Iron Fist thing, but what worries me about the whole Iron Fist show is, how will this fuck up the Defenders show?
I know, because if it gets really bad ratings, are they going to move forward with the full Defenders?
I feel like they should, but I feel like they might cut down some. I don't want it to fuck up the story.
You're right.
But I wouldn't mind if they cut down Iron Fist. Iron Fist would get cut down
maybe if Punisher does really well, they'll be like, well, technically it's supposed to be Iron Fist, but we're going to heavily feature the Punisher here instead.
They're not going to do that.
Put Punisher in Iron Fist's place.
Right.
That would be dope, but as the geek says, it's not canon. So
well, you know what?
Well, technically, the current roster for the Defenders isn't canon either.
Right.
Nah, not really. I mean, Doctor Strange is in the Defenders.
Doctor Strange, Hulk, the Silver Surfer, and I think Adam Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
The original Defenders?
Yeah. They can't afford that roster.
No, they
but that's.
I just want the Defenders to micromanage the shit out of Hell's Kitchen some more and keep it up.
Just stay on Hell's Kitchen.
Right?
Stay the fuck on Hell's Kitchen.
We got the Avengers to take on the rest of the world. We just really need you to clean up New York, guys.
Exactly. Please. It's specifically Hell's Kitchen. It's a fucking mess out there.
It's a mess out there.
Yeah, no, I'm wrong.
What up?
The original Defenders was the Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Namor the Submariner.
Yeah, like where's that guy? Where's Namor the Submariner?
You should get Namor. Who'll probably be played by Matt Damon. Because fuck it.
Because it's that character is Khal Drogo light.
Exactly.
Well, I read somewhere that the internet is pretty much pushing for Donnie Yen to be cast as Namor, which I'd be all a fucking about. That's the most brilliant casting they've done so far.
Nah, man, I think, but it'll be dope. I feel like
the internet pushes for things though that I feel like never are gonna happen. Because if you're part of the Doctor Who fandom, you've got some hopes for the next Doctor since Capaldi has announced he's leaving, and everyone they throw out there, I'm like, I could see it, but maybe not.
Yeah, but sometimes.
Speaking of Tilda Swinton, I saw her name thrown out there as a.
She gets thrown in there every year.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because Tilda Swinton looks like...
And I'm all for a female doctor. I am of the group that'd be like, I'm okay
Tilda
with
Swinton looks asexual as fuck. Like, she...
right?
She could be the male doctor. Like, and you're
But I want them to
totally
pick
fine
the
with
right woman. I don't want them to just pick a woman because they think it's time. I want them, like, if they're not ready to cast it right, go with another man. I'm fine with it. I want it to be right. Because that, like, I catch a lot of feels about the doctor, and if it doesn't feel right, I'm gonna be really upset.
I can understand. I think on shows that I care about, I would be the same way. I don't care about the doctor.
I know you don't.
I do. Like, all right. So this is the thing about the Defenders. Like, I care. I'm like, don't fuck up Sigourney Weaver's part.
Yeah.
I don't want Iron Fist fucking up Sigourney Weaver's shit.
Yep.
She's the shit to me, and I want to see her be a villain. I want to see her be awesome. So that's my thing. As long as they don't fuck that up, I'm good. I feel like that'll be good. So, other than that, what's the next comic book movie coming out? Did you guys see the new
Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. But did you see the new trailer for Wonder Woman?
I did see the new Wonder Woman.
Not seen that.
It's kind of fucking dope.
I feel like Wonder Woman is DC's chance, and they better not fuck it up because Captain Marvel, I haven't seen anything about. I know it's coming.
Yeah,
but they haven't done it.
Nah, not yet.
DC is actually jumping the gun here with the female.
And
lead,
honestly,
and I'm
if
hoping
you're
they do
gonna,
it right.
I find it wonderful. I think it's wonderful that the best movie in DC's universe recently since Batman is probably going to be Wonder Woman.
I hope
because that looks like a really tight movie. Like, you got action, you got a good story. There's going to be some things going on in there, and I love it. And I'm just all about movies
I feel like I was just talking about this the other day. Isn't it like? It's Captain Kirk, right? That's playing her romantically. Yeah.
I forgot the dude name.
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor, yeah.
Steve Trevor, yeah.
But it's Chris Pine, right?
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
That's his name, Chris Pine. And it's awesome. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of great commentary on being a woman on that. And I remember sleeping on her character, like the woman who plays her at first.
Yeah.
And she was the best part about Batman versus Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Which
she
is
really
not saying
was.
much because that movie was fucking terrible.
I have never seen it because I was like, I'm not a huge fan of the DC universe to begin with. Let's be real there.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman probably was my jam. So when I heard she was coming, I was like, oh, I might see it. I knew she was going to be in it, but I knew she wasn't going to be heavily featured in it. And I was like, I don't know. I'll wait and see what people say about it.
Legit
and all
the best
I've heard
part of
is
that
garbage.
All her bits in that movie
are the reason to watch it.
Yeah, like she even has her own theme song every time she pops up.
I'm going to be really honest with you because this pisses people off and I'm probably going to ostracize more people. I don't like Batman. I feel like Batman isn't a hero. I feel like he's a rich, whiny, emo kid that has a lot of money and access to equipment. And people are like, oh, he's a superhero. I'm like, he's not.
No. His superpower is his white privilege.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Ultimately,
like, hold up. Something's amiss.
Right. And it just drives me nuts, and people are so pro Batman, and they get all up in arms about it. And I'm like, they cast Affleck, and I was like, fuck, who cares? Because I don't care about that character.
Exactly.
I'm going to be honest with you.
His white privilege and his ability to adopt whiny teenagers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's it. Like, it's all white privilege.
If they took Joseph Gordon-Levitt and made, like, a Robin out of it, like they tried to with Nolan, like, at the end, they threw him in there as Robin.
Yeah.
I might care because I like that actor and I could see what they might try to do there, but as a whole, I just never really got into it.
No, but but Batman is pretty much like he's Richard Branson with a vengeance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is it.
I feel like you read Batman more for the villains than you do for
the
you do.
Like, I cared more about the villains. That's right.
He has some of the most compelling villains. Like, Joker is probably the best villain to ever come out of a comic book.
Right.
I feel like Joker is the best villain, like him and an Old Testament God.
And I saw, I watched Suicide Squad because my kids were really interested, and I heard it was going to be garbage, and I was like, the soundtrack was decent. I'll give you that.
Yeah, soundtrack's dope.
It was great, yeah.
What I was hoping for with that was that they would dive into the Joker and Harley Quinn and make it real. Like, that is an abusive relationship, but no, they made it warm and fuzzy. They love each other.
Nah.
Fuzzy.
Yeah. He threw her in a vat of acid, but they love her. I'm like, no, fuck, I can't even with DC right now.
Nah, and that's why
I'm like, I really hope they don't fuck over Wonder Woman. Yeah, I will be. I think that would be my breaking point. I think I would break up with DC forever. I cannot return your calls. I'm sorry.
I think honestly, I know a lot of pressures on Wonder Woman. I think they're gonna get it right. Hopefully,
I hope
it's gonna be a decent movie.
The previous,
I don't know if it's gonna be great. I can't promise that. I don't know.
Right.
I think it's gonna be a decent movie.
I'm crossing my fingers, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
That's how I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I'm gonna see it, and I'll see it probably in theaters, and I'll probably even see it opening weekend because I'm excited for a female lead.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, I'm excited for a female lead, and I'm nervous about what they'll do to Wonder Woman. I'm not like, oh, it's Wonder Woman, and DC's gonna own it, and I must see it. I'm gonna be like,
I mean, as long as nothing crazy happens, like, and then Wonder Woman ended up in the kitchen,
right,
and settled into married life.
Right. I did love
served her man
in the first preview where it was like Chris Pine was talking to her and he's like, "Well, you shouldn't do that. It's dangerous." And she's like, "No, you stay here. I got this." And I was like, "Yes, that's awesome. Wonder Woman."
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, man, sit there on the ground. Exactly. I got you safe.
And I feel him. I would have clutched my pearls, my man pearls. I was like, ooh, but I do declare,
I got the vapors.
That is amazing. You are a fantastic woman. All right, so
can somebody please cast Chris and Wonder Woman for me? I know it's awesome. Late, but get him in there.
Fantastic. Everybody like and like the plot twist is like he is not gay.
I know.
He totally fucked her. So exactly. Nah. So moving along. I guess some political shit.
Okay.
Ben Carson.
Ben fucking Carson.
Who spoke recently at an event and he hold up. What up?
Fuck Ben Carson.
Oh, but I
have a
funny thing too. So when this hit, I didn't realize what he had said. Like I saw all these articles about Ben Carson offending people, and I'm like, well, God, the guy's stupid. How could he offend anyone? No one. He's like incoherent regardless.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and if you Google the words, ignorant neurosurgeon, Ben Carson is the only result that shows up, and it's like 50 results, and it's so like that's ignorant great. Neurosurgeon. It's Ben Carson.
That's awesome because it is. It's
how
totally
can you
fucking
be that
factual.
Stupid and a neurosurgeon, right?
It is. Yep. And Lawrence just Googled him and right there. And so
Carson. one of the entries is 5 amazingly ignorant quotes from Republican candidate Ben Carson.
Right? Ignorant neurosurgeon.
That is
and here's my thought. Like this man is still an acting doctor, correct?
I believe so.
Right.
I
Would you want this guy anywhere near your brain?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
I'm fairly certain he doesn't even have one of his own.
No. I think
he's a odd person.
For those who are listening, just to recap, Ben Carson said that slaves were really just hardworking immigrants,
right?
Who many times worked for less,
right?
Like free.
He said something about the bottom of a boat. Immigrants traveled here at the bottom of slave ships to achieve better lives or something. And I can't even remember the actual
quote. And they too had a dream. And I was like, their dream was probably to not be kidnapped and taken from their home.
And their dream was probably to have their children not be sold at age 2.
They had a ton of dreams.
Fuck you,
commonly known as nightmares.
Right?
Commonly known as trauma.
Oh, man.
It's slavery. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know what type of fuck shit he was on. What type of way to... I feel like he was trying to appease the audience.
Yeah.
Like, it was an audience full of racist-ass white people. And he was like, let me make them feel comfortable. Because, what a lot of people do is they look for that excuse to go, well, a black guy said it.
Right.
He's the racist black friend.
He is literally the guy that they're all looking to make their hatred okay because Ben Carson says it too.
I made a vow years ago to never be anybody's black friend.
Right?
Like, I'm not that guy. I'm not that. I always tell people I'm your black friend's black friend. Like I'm not here for your appeasement.
Right.
You can ask me questions about black culture. I welcome it.
Right.
I might cuss you out depending on the question. Right. But I'm gonna answer it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, you're fucking racist. But this is the reason why this is happening. So I feel like he was pretty much cooning for the crowd. Like he's playing off to everything. And I think that was fucking terrible.
And how do you live with yourself saying these words? Like you either are so ignorant to what is actually happening in the world around you that you believe that this is a factual statement, or where is your soul? Who have you sold it to?
And that's the thing.
To sleep at night.
His soul is gone.
Right.
And that's the problem with him, because Ben Carson was actually very knowledgeable and big on Black history back in the day. There's like old video of him saying that. And he said, that's what America is about. A land of dreams and opportunity. There are other immigrants who came here in the bottom of slave ships who worked even longer, even harder for less. Like,
yeah, they were slaves.
I'm not, like,
fuck out of here.
I was like,
that guy.
nah, son. Like, and I'm mad nobody in the crowd was like, I just Googled it. Well, actually,
that guy could have been our president. Let's put that in perspective.
Yeah, that guy was in the running for president. I just wanted for one person in the crowd to be that white guy.
Right.
That white guy to go, well, actually.
Mansplain it to Ben Carson.
I need for him to mansplain it to Ben Carson. And it would have been perfect, and my day would have been complete.
Ugh.
Oh, man. So let's keep it up on politics or whatnot. We got the Joe Biden's son. All right, so this is it's one of the situations where it sounds creepy.
It does sound creepy.
It sounds creepy. For those who don't know, Joe Biden's son, Beau Biden, passed away from cancer earlier last year, and so in the process of mourning, his widow ended up getting with they're officially a couple now.
Yeah.
So like they're. His widow ended up getting with his brother, his surviving brother.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah, Hunter. Hunter Biden, who apparently caught his prey. And so Hunter Biden.
I see what Hunter you did Biden.
So Hunter Biden ended up with her.
She lost her bow, and then
she lost her bow.
To the hunter.
and gets with the hunter. Oh, God, this is the worst sequel to The Huntsman ever. Besides The Huntsman.
That was bad.
It's pretty creepy because it sounded creepy. When I heard about it, I was like, this is kind of ratchet.
You sent me a link about it, and you're like, what are your thoughts on this? And I remember reading it and going, I get where the creepy vibe is coming from, but really, this is like biblical and historical. Like, this is a thing.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing in society anymore. So I read it and I went, ew. But then I went, but it's not the illest thing I've ever read.
No, it's not. It's not the most terrible thing that happens in families.
It's not her own brother, I guess.
Yeah, that's all. Like, it's okay. Like, granted, yes, their kids are gonna be saying Uncle Dad. Yes. Like, somebody's getting Uncle Dad. Which honestly is one of the core of Americans' values. In Arkansas and different places like that. Shout out to Arkansas, my bad. We shit on a different state every time.
I know we do.
Oh shit! But there's a lot of inbred in this, in rural areas. There's a lack of education. But anyway.
I feel like that might not actually be factual, but it was funny.
It's not factual, but you know what? It sounds close to correct.
I know.
Trump's America, baby. It just has to sound correct.
We're making
That's how we feel.
Keeping it in the family.
Exactly. So, I think I was talking Freezy. Like,
what? Yeah.
Lord forbid one of our spouses passes away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm good on that.
Right.
I don't want to get with any of my sister-in-law. I think that's I'm good. I barely want to talk to like I don't want to talk to any friends of my wife's counterparts like that. Like, it's like, ew, everybody's family to me on that side. And so I look at them family and I get it, mourning and all that shit like that. Leave me the fuck alone. Right. I just can't do it. And speaking of like, if it was like my brothers probably have shitty taste in women.
Yeah.
So I'm just not.
Would you want to boldly go where your own brother has gone before? I mean,
it's kind of like
I don't know.
Don't talk to me.
There's this whole and again, it's seeped in like sexism, which is why I feel like it's the most creepy to me.
Yeah.
There's this whole section in the Bible where like if your spouse dies, the only way you can like not be a whore essentially is to marry his own brother. Otherwise. You're a whore if you ever remarry outside of that family.
Which is some fuck shit.
Right. Like, that's basically a way to control women and, promiscuity.
My thing is, I just think that she's a go-getter, man. Like, she's like, I'm going to stay in this family.
Right.
I'm not
someday some Biden's gonna be president.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm staying in this goddamn family. Like
hopes and dreams, man.
Exactly. Hopes and dreams, man. Shit. She's a shout out to her. She's a legend. So, she's trying to preserve the culture. I feel it. You know.
It's weird, but it's not the weirdest thing I read.
Like shit, I'm not trying to give it some man working at Winn-Dixie. Shit, I'm trying to keep this Biden money, and I feel it. I feel you. More power to you, baby. You know, love is love. Love is love. Speaking of love, love overboard. All right, so this is the thing. On one of our past episodes, I think it was the last one, right? We jokingly mentioned the movie Overboard,
right? Because we talked about Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Yeah, and so then I go online a couple days later, and they're like, and Hollywood is like, hey, have you been asking for this? No. Well, listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a remake of Overboard. Right. Who the fuck does it star? Like,
it's okay, and I'm gonna probably get some hate for this too because I know people really like her, but it's Anna Faris.
Yeah,
it's Star-Lord's wife, and I get that she's probably an amazing person.
Yeah.
Can you think of a great Anna Faris movie? She did the Scary Movie franchises.
No, I can't think of a great Anna Faris movie. I'm good.
My Super Ex-Girlfriend.
Okay, but is she the lead or she's some?
No, she's not the lead.
She's one of the love interests.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
So no. I'm gonna go with no.
One mediocre-ish role in a decent movie. I feel like even if like they cast somebody amazing, an Overboard remake isn't needed.
No one asked for that.
Just see the original.
Yeah, just see the original. No one asked for that. I don't know who plays the guy.
Eugenio Derbez.
What's
Eugenio Derbez?
Because this guy, in the picture I saw, she looks like she's about 30. He looks like he's about 60. And I'm going, what? Is it like Overboard if your grandpa
I think it is. I think some nice, dirty old man finds her passed out.
And he's like, now you're my wife.
And she has amnesia, yeah. This is the stuff that Trump supporters masturbate to.
And see, Overboard, like, I'm sitting here going, that was a great movie. It really was a weird movie. It was odd. It was very rapey.
Very rapey.
Very rapey.
I said this before. I'm like, this is totally rapey, but you were okay with the rape because you were like, in real life, they go together.
But they go together in real life, so I accepted it. But the movie is very rapey, so now if they cast two people that aren't together in real life and one of them was old enough to be her grandfather, I'm going to be like, I am not okay.
Breezy has changed her position on this matter.
I am categorically changing my position.
If man.
Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell is one thing, I can accept that. I can swallow that vibe, but...
She's been in nothing anyone has seen.
Yeah, see? Nah. And that's why we're good on that.
And she's been in nothing that anybody loves.
See? And that's the thing.
And that's hard because I really like her husband. Like Chris Pratt, Parks and Rec Chris Pratt is amazing.
Yeah.
Star-Lord is amazing. That guy is funny in real life. And he's local. He's like Lake Stevens.
Really?
Yeah, he's born and raised here.
That's awesome. Yeah.
He was just
here. He is a Seahawks fan too. I remember. I saw,
He's from here, and he just gave back. Like his dad was like a high school football coach or some sort of like in the community in Lake Stevens, and he just opened up like a community rec program for underprivileged youth in that area.
That's really awesome.
Like he gave back, and they named it after his dad. And he came out for he actually like not even just the ribbon cutting. Like most celebrities are like, I'm too busy. Just I'll do the photo op.
He puts on for the city.
He was there for the groundbreaking and did the whole thing start to finish.
I just like when he was doing the back when they were doing the the Avengers movies and everything like that, they had they did the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, it was, of course, Seattle versus the Patriots.
Yeah. And so, he and Chris Evans.
Yeah, him and Chris Evans came out to this to Seattle Children's Hospital and visit the kids in costume. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. And you gotta love when somebody puts on for the city like that. I feel like that's awesome. Man. That's gonna be a terrible ass movie.
I did see an interview with Anna Faris, but I actually got I grew some respect for her as far as like the role she plays. They're always that ditzy girl, like bubbly, kind of dumb girl, and I hate girls that dumb down characters repeatedly. Like if you're in a movie where it calls for it, great, but if you're always that character, you're just kind of accepting that women are being dumbed down.
Yeah.
But she did an interview about. First off, their son was born prematurely and had a lot of struggles in his early childhood development from that. And she gives a lot of talks about that and overcoming that. And then she also did an interview where they were asking her, like, now that your husband has basically become a sex symbol, like he went from Andy Dwyer, where he's kind of fluffy and nerdy on Parks and Rec, and now he's fucking Star-Lord.
Yeah.
He's become a sex symbol. How do you deal with that? And she said, like, hey, I'm going to tell you, I'm insecure all the time. Like, I get jealous. I get insecure with how I look and the women that he's around. Mm-hmm. She's like, and she was talking about how, like, communication is key in relationships and how important that is. And I thought, man, she's a lot smarter than people give her credit for because she made those cheesy movies where she played a ditzy blonde girl.
No. It's usually when you play the ditzy movies, you do get the irony.
I said the same thing about Jessica Simpson when that Newlywed Show was on. People were like, she's so dumb, chicken in the sea.
That chick is smart. Like,
yeah, she is making money hand over fist on her clothing line alone, and I'm like, she is smart.
That or her team is smart.
Yeah. Somebody in her inner circle is smart, and I feel like it might be her.
Nah, it's definitely her. Like, she's doing it. You notice you don't hear from her. Mm-hmm. She's not doing any desperate shit.
Nope.
She's just sitting here
She's
rolling
having
the money.
babies and making money.
Yeah. Having babies, making this fucking cake. Shout out to her. Shout out. I think that's cool. So, like, moving on. You mentioned earlier off air about I think we were talking about George W. Bush and John McCain.
Yeah.
And how, like, what is up with Bush going on this, like, press run? Does he have any books coming out or some shit?
No, he just basically is like, fuck Trump.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but he's, like, doing all this endearing shit. And I'm like, yeah. I still don't, like, forget that you're a war criminal. No, I don't want him
back in the office, but I hate that Trump is so bad that I have warm fuzzies for McCain and George W.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, ugh.
I mean, I told, like, with McCain's a different story than George Bush for me.
Yeah.
Because George Bush, I was always like, I never, like, hated George Bush the way I hate, like a Trump. Mm-hmm. I did disagree with George Bush in a lot of ways. And, of course, he did, like, the Hurricane Katrina thing really...
he kind of fucked up our country in so many ways. It's hard to forget that.
Specifically the Hurricane Katrina thing for me because I'm from New Orleans and I really wasn't cool with it. But, like, with McCain is different. McCain, I've always kind of had, like, a... mixed bag for him. Like, I definitely disagree with some of his policies or whatnot, but I did respect him as a politician and as a representative.
Right.
Because he had common sense. Right. Like, I can disagree with people, and he had common sense. And one of the things that I wanted to point out, he lost the election partially. I mean, Obama had it in the smash. Like, he had the momentum and everything. But I think part of the reason why he lost was having a sense of decency.
Right.
With it. When he was doing the town hall and the lady was like, but Obama's a Muslim. And he's like, no, he's not a Muslim. But even if he is an American and he's a qualified candidate.
Here's the thing, like, there's nothing written that says the president has to be Christian, but people act like the president has to be Christian.
And that's the thing. I feel
and
like...
I'm not even just talking, like, branches, like, Mormon. Like, we're talking, like, they have to be Baptist Christian or, like, some sort of Protestant. Like, it has to be this exact box of Christianity.
But that was the thing when... when John F. Kennedy was the first Catholic president.
Right.
And that was a thing.
That was a huge deal.
That was a deal. So I just thought that was interesting. That was something that actually made me, even at the time it happened, I was like, man, I respect that. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, like, you got to keep it above ground, especially, there's a certain level of respect that you have when you're running for the office. And you have to respect the president. He seemed presidential on that one. I thought that was respectful.
I'm waiting for the first atheist president to just flat out say, look, I don't you been anything. Is it really a problem?
Exactly. And you probably had that. We probably had it.
They're not going to talk about it.
Who was lying? Yeah. You need an outwardly, you need an out atheist president.
I just love all the Obama was a Muslim hatred that he received because I'm like, I have seen so many photos of that man drinking beer, eating hot dogs, sitting by Christmas trees, cutting his hair, not growing his beard. I'm like, fucking world's worst Muslim.
Speaking of which, Obama post-presidency has been killing the game.
God, like, he's gotten ripped. He looks all in shape.
He doesn't give a fuck about us anymore. No. Like, he is that ex that is stunned on social media.
Well, you know what? It's almost like, hey, the time had come. Like, he knew it wasn't like a breakup. Like, people are like, oh, it's like a breakup. No, it wasn't. Like, you got 8 years, and so it's like an arranged marriage. Like, hey, I'm here to get my citizenship, and we got to be married 5 years. At the end of 5 years, there's no like lost love. Like, well, I loved you. No, he knew his time was up.
No,
but it's almost like, hey, you replaced me with gutter trash Barbie, and I am not feeling sorry for you.
Nope. And that's how it is. It's like we got pure garbage afterwards, and so
you didn't go to like church to find your replacement love. No. You went to like the Swiss on a Saturday night.
I went. Oh damn. Yeah. And you paid your cash.
Right.
You paid your cash. You got exactly what you paid for.
You got your girl willing to grind up on you in the dark. And that's Trump. Trump is that girl grinding up on you in the dark.
Thanks. That is...
You might want to check that rash tomorrow.
That is horribly accurate.
Right?
As fuck. I shout out to them, because you know what? He looked dumb with politics.
Only if you're checking that rash, don't go to the doctor, because Obamacare is gone.
I feel... Good luck. It's going to cost a shit ton of money.
It's going to cost you a lot of money.
A shit ton of money.
Unless you're rich and white. And a male.
Oh, man. Nah, I just think that, like... Obama's done with politics. I feel like he's done with politics. Michelle is definitely done. Michelle doesn't give a fuck about you, your politics.
Shout out to that woman. She is living
her life right now.
She raised her two daughters in the worst of the racist limelight our country ever had to give them. They were like, it didn't matter what Michelle did. People hated her for doing it. Like, hey, Michelle is dressed classy. Oh, but her arms are showing. Well, I've seen so many pictures of Melania's tits. Like, really?
Yeah, like...
You hated on Michelle's arms? Man, she was buff. They look good. Privilege. I was jealous.
White privilege. That's that Batman shit.
And she raised her daughters in that. And they are smart, wonderful women. And they get hate. Like, they show up at a concert smoking weed. And people are like, oh, Obama's daughters run wild. Really?
Really?
Jenna Bush almost killed people at 19 drunk driving.
Yeah.
And it was just okay to forgive that.
And it's just, I don't know, man. Kids are going to fuck up. You know, I think that's what happens. Kids fucked up, especially in the more privilege you get them, the more fucked up shit that they do, to be honest with you. Like, I couldn't handle that type of money. And
realistically, like, we're calling it a fuck up. She smoked weed at a concert. She's 19 years old. Like, oh my God, it's not the end of the world.
I'm so happy. Like I said,
she didn't stab some dude and bury him in the Vegas desert. Like,
and I'm happy that like social media wasn't a thing when I was in my early 20s.
Oh my God, right? I say this to my kids all the time. You have it so rough.
You have it so, it's terrible.
There's nothing you can undo once it's out there either.
Exactly. Like, I don't remember 2002 because of drinking.
I was there for that.
Yeah. Like, I woke up with a girlfriend and it was cool. I was like, this works.
Yeah.
Where am I living now? You know, so it was it was fucking terrible. I did a lot of crazy shit when I was a kid. So, and that's just a part of growing up. I think. Yeah. So it's just all good. But I think, speaking of fucking up, it was interesting. So I had an interesting situation happen this weekend. A friend of mine, we were on our way to a concert, and a friend of mine had like I hit up like, yo, what's going on, because she was running a little late, right? And she was like, ran out of gas on the side of the road. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, damn, that sucks. Yo, we on our way to come get you, right? So Lawrence and I and our other friend Skylar, we pack up, we get in the car, and we roll up. At this time, she had been out there for like 30, 45 minutes or so, right, Elle?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 30, 45 minutes or whatnot. You know, said some old couple stopped to like see if she was okay, and then kept it moving. And then like when we got there was like this guy who was kind of like standing there or whatnot. So, you know, he left.
Sure what the fuck
he
was doing.
He didn't know anything about car. I think he was just trying to get some ass. I think he was just talking to him like, listen, baby, I don't know shit about cars. But you know what I know about that? I'll give you a ride somewhere. Exactly. He can give you this dick though. You know? Anyway, so so anyway, we get out the car and we're just standing by, you know, trying to see if we can attempt to help her. We're not out there for 2 minutes. And a police car just scrolls up like right immediately, like lights flashing, like, hey,
oh my God,
what's going on here? And we were like, and so she was like, there wasn't the police from the whole time. I'm like, yes, they were. They're around. They just didn't give a shit.
They saw you. They didn't care until black people showed
Exactly.
up.
They didn't care until this gang gathering. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
So shout out to cops.
Now I know. I'm calling all of you guys every time my car has problems.
Because police will come.
Right.
Police will show up.
I'm going to look like a tiny little white girl standing there in this group. I just want to be like, fuck, go away. They're helping me. Leave me the fuck alone.
Exactly.
Where were you 10 minutes ago, cop?
Exactly. Because they were like, is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
It would have been fine 5 minutes ago when you drove by the first time you stopped to help, bastard.
Motherfuckers. So yeah, you know, cops. Even out here in Washington, still being cops.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, that was my thing. I always look at that shit, and I tell people like, is, you know, the level of anxiety that black people feel when cops come up is like is a little unreal.
Yeah.
Because even then, I was like, oh shit, what we about to get into tonight,
right?
You know. So and we're dressed. I think we were dressed in suits
for the most part,
and shit. And so like, not saying that either. Don't matter how the fuck we were dressed,
right?
But we were obviously, obviously we're not there for the gangbang,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not there to rob her of her shit. And granted, he didn't make any bold accusations, but it was just more like it was the usual.
Definitely like I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm
keeping an eye on this.
It was passive aggressive as fuck. So, but I was like, fuck these guys.
That sucks.
Yeah, so cops. So that's fuck out of here.
That's a thing.
Yes, I'm trying to be better about shit like that, and not outwardly hate all of them. But I do not. I realize that people have a job to do. Sometimes that job is racist. So, sometimes that job is to be racist, and so there it is. So next thing that I know we wanted to mention was you were talking about the Iowa, the congressman from Iowa,
Steve King.
Steve King has been a douche.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Only Steve King.
And I feel like fuck that name, like poor Stephen King.
Exactly. That's how like the only Stephen King we recognize is the Stephen King. Yeah.
Who tends to be pretty liberal and outspoken in favor of minorities and people.
Yeah. And what did he say? What did he say?
So it basically he didn't say much. He retweeted an article by Geert Wilders, who is an anti-Islam politician from the Dutch area of the world.
Okay.
And he wrote, Wilders understands that culture and demographics are our destiny. We can't restore our civilization with somebody else's babies. And it's basically, the whole article is about why giving citizenship to children born in the country shouldn't be a thing. So, like, right now, if you come over from Mexico and you sneak over across the border as is, and you get a job somehow and you start your life here, and you're not legal, but you have a baby, that baby is legal. And then it becomes a little bit of a gray area. Like, if you get caught, hey, you've got a 2-year-old that's a citizen. What do we do?
Yeah.
And this guy is basically saying, fuck it, they're not a citizen. They were just the gift of being born here.
I just think people, like, being that Trump is out, people are getting more comfortable to say they're outwardly racist shit.
Right.
And so that's pretty much what it is. And
in the past, this man, Mr. King, has pushed for radical reform of the 14th Amendment, where the U.S. Constitution basically does grant citizenship to children born here. Yeah. And he's like, basically, fuck that, we need to get rid of that. But so you can take either side of the fence here. I mean, that's everybody's personal right, but it is a constitutional right. So you can disagree with it. There are lots of constitutional rights that I disagree with, but as a part of the whole, you take the package. Like, I like my First Amendment. I don't care as much about my Second Amendment. That's just me. I understand that that's not everybody.
But it's a part of it.
Right.
You know?
Hey, you've got that right. This feels a little bit like, and when Trump was running and doing really poorly in the polls, especially amongst women and minorities, there was a big group on Twitter of trolls, essentially the Gamergate guys is how I nicknamed them, that were like, we need to get rid of the 19th Amendment, which is the women's right to vote. And I'm like, oh my God, these dudes are writing this. Like, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. And this is 2017, people. Like, I don't know. I mean, you can take it how you take it, but holy shit.
Yeah. Steve King is a douchebag.
He's a douchebag.
He's
my get the fuck out of here guy this week.
He's fuck out of here? I think my fuck out of here person, so I was about to say, let's start that. My fuck out of here is probably the police.
Yeah.
It should be the police each week. But I'm gonna be.
I mean,
I'm gonna switch it up.
It's too obvious to say Trump himself. So this guy, Steve King, not Stephen King, not to be confused. Cujo was the shit.
Exactly. Shout out to the legend.
Shout out to that rabid dog writing.
Dark Tower is coming up soon.
Although I do want to say fuck you for it, because that shit scarred me.
That's because you are terrified of clowns.
I hate clowns.
But yes.
Listen, right? Any adult that wants to put on makeup and play with children, there is something psychologically wrong with you.
It's kind of fucked up.
It's a little weird and creepy. I'm going to throw you out there.
But that's why he was the villain.
Right.
Because they float.
I'm going to believe more that you have nefarious intent towards a child. Like, you want to either touch that child or kill that child. Then I'm going to believe you want to make that child smile and have a good time. I'm just going to be honest. And if you're a clown, I'm sorry to our 5 clown listeners.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The clown community is really offended by this.
I know. I'm sorry. Like, And I'm sure you're probably in your mind thinking you're a nice person, but you really probably want to talk to someone because there's a reason you put on makeup and talk to children in a creepy way. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Probably a pedophile.
Probably. John Wayne Gacy, part 2.
John Wayne Gacy. There's a great song by Sufjan Stevens called John Wayne Gacy, and it's great. And I remember being in a massage therapy school, and I just listening
learned something about you.
Yeah, huh?
I just learned something about you.
Yeah.
Right.
I listen to creepy shit. And
that you went to massage. Well, that and John Wayne Gacy songs.
Yes. So I remember being in class, and we all had to do a massage or whatnot, and I just cut on the song because it had a cool melody, and the song was called John Wayne Gacy.
Did you not know who that was?
No. I knew who it was.
Okay.
I didn't know the name of the song though.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. I just liked the melody.
Fair enough.
And I remember giving the massage and paying attention to the lyrics, and myself and the client both looked at each other like, "What the fuck did this just happen? Like, what the fuck are we listening to right now?" And he was like, "Hey, could you turn?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
Turn this off. Sorry,
we're gonna put on something safe like Belle and Sebastian. I don't know. This is fucking terrible. I apologize. It was weird.
I made a bad life choice today.
Yeah,
sorry.
this is. I'm sorry.
I believe.
Oh shit. So yeah, but nah, man. That shit's creepy.
Yeah.
That shit's creepy. Nah, I love it. I think it was great. It taught me about squad goals. Like those kids were dope, and they had this
they were
crew,
down to ride,
and they were great. And they they separated for a little bit, came back as adults. And then did they thing, and a lot of them died.
Because everything floated down there, Tommy.
Everything floated.
Oh my god, that's so terrifying.
It was creepy. I'm looking forward to the remake.
This my fear of clowns came out at my very first job, and I worked at a fast food restaurant that had this drain under where you store the cold food that the ice would essentially melt into, and occasionally it would get plugged, and you'd have to reach under this creepy counter thing and unplug it manually with this lever. And I was down on the floor one night. It was late at night, and my boss, this fucking 40-something-year-old man, comes around the backside and goes, "Everything floats down here, Breezy." I was
that's creepy.
I was crying hysterically. I'm like,
It's not funny.
Fuck that guy. It didn't work in his favor. I refused to touch that grate. I didn't care if that whole restaurant was flooding. I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's
you. I'm never emptying that grate again.
It's just always real creepy when guys whisper.
Yeah.
In places where
and
you're
I
not
was
supposed to whisper
maybe
at people.
17. Let's talk about that too. That guy was a weirdo.
That was weird.
It was weird.
He might have been in the clowns.
He was probably a clown.
He's probably a pedophile.
Yeah. AKA. Yep.
It's like a gateway drug to pedophilia.
And you know the funniest part? I always thought this was strange. Dude's name was John Smith. That's not a real name. People don't actually have the name John Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it's the most common name,
creepy.
but
yeah.
Do you actually know a John Smith in real life? That's the name you assign to people when they don't have a name.
No.
Right?
I know. Nah, I know a couple Smiths, a couple Johns, but not a John Smith.
Yep. I feel like he made that name up to get a job.
Yeah.
He was a pedophile.
You know why he
and
made that name up? To hide from his pedophilia.
Right. He had a record. A record of clown child love.
He wanted to let you know that everything floats.
Right? Oh my God.
Fucking terrible.
I hope John Smith is listening. You know who you are.
Fuck you, John Smith.
Fuck you, man.
Don't fucking play around with clowns.
I feel like some of the shit we say gets us into trouble. I know that recently with one of the comments about Bruce Willis, my wife approached
I know.
in the public place. She was upset about that. She's a Bruce Willis fan.
She's a Bruce Willis fan.
And she was really pissed about it. She was like, what the fuck?
I had to explain myself. I'm like, look, I know that there's probably exceptions to the rule. He's probably done some movies that are decent. Mm-hmm. But so many of his movies, he's like Nicolas Cage light. He's the same characters that in my mind, I don't know. I'll see something. I'll see a movie and I'll be like, all right, that actor wasn't that great. Then I see him again and I'm like, all right, that guy still wasn't that great. And then by the third time, I'm like, all right, that guy's just not great.
You gotta be like, he's just not that good.
And then I start, I will fully admit this, and I'm probably going to get some backlash for this. I've never seen Die Hard because by that time, Bruce Willis had lost to me.
That's one of the best Christmas movies.
Everybody says this, and I am a huge Alan Rickman fan.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
And you should really see Die Hard.
Ken is like, you need to fucking sit down at Christmas and watch Die Hard. But we just don't.
At least that. Honestly, the Die Hards are great because you're not gonna watch that for the acting.
Right.
No. You're not gonna watch that for the acting. It's all action and ridiculousness.
Okay.
By the time Die Hard, I remember there was Die Hard or Die Harder or something like that, right? Yeah. And he drove a car through a helicopter and just walked out.
And just was fine.
Just fuck it. Fuck it. And I was like, this is why I clapped. Because I was like, this is why we're here.
So I've seen Nicolas Cage is kind of the epitome of this for me. I saw so many bad Nicolas Cage movies where Nicolas Cage can't, like, his voice is always the same. It's that kind of rednecky hillbilly.
My thing is, the real question is, what's a good Nicolas Cage movie?
Right. Like, my mom is a diehard Raising Arizona, which is a comedy.
Yeah, it's not great.
And I don't like it. I think it's dumb.
City of Angels.
I can't
hold up. All right, hold up. No.
I can't stand that movie.
Can I talk about City of Angels?
Yes.
Real quick. All right, so City of Angels is one of the most unintentional, most comedic endings ever. I love City of Angels ending. All right, I'll explain.
I saw this movie one time and it's so bad I blocked it. This is the one where he's an angel and he falls in love with Meg Ryan, right?
Yes.
And he gives up his angel status and she dies, right?
Yes, exactly.
Spoiler. Okay.
It's great. All right, so he gives up his angel status, and he finally gets a chance to bang it because that's what he was there for. And then she goes to take a walk and she dies in the stupidest way possible. Like she goes to pick up some like
got hit by a car,
fruits.
right?
Yeah, she's staring in the sky, riding a bicycle, just gazing in the sky. And she got hit by a Mack truck or some shit, right? And I was like, this is what happens when you fuck with God. Like, this is what happens. And God was like, see, this is what I told you. And no, you can't be an angel again.
Right.
Like, he has to remain the rest of his life a human. And that's the lesson that I learned from See the Angels. Don't fuck with God.
Right.
That's what I like.
God
no
is spiteful. I think the Bible says God is spiteful as fuck.
God was like bros over hoes, man.
So City of Angels is one that gets thrown out there a lot. People, when they find out I really despise Nicolas Cage, like with a passion, they're like, but what about City of Angels? Because women do this to me all the time. They're like, oh, it's a love story. And I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me right now?
It's the most hilarious story about God being petty. I love it.
So one of my third try with Nicolas Cage, the one I was like, all right, I give him 3 shots, was Con Air. And I tried.
Con Air is awesome, but not for Nicolas Cage.
Right, it's John Malkovich is hilarious.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi is...
60 Seconds is awesome, but not because of Nicolas
Right.
Cage.
Steve Buscemi is hilariously creepy.
Yeah.
Those two carried that movie, and I'm going, okay, but if you strip it away, it's fucking Nicolas Cage with his monotone voice and that goddamn bunny, and it's stupid. You crashed a plane into the Vegas Strip and you walk away with a bunny.
See, like, you're looking at logic.
I know.
I don't know why you're looking at logic when it comes to him.
Maybe if he had acted slightly different than all the other Nicolas Cage, like
I don't know. Maybe it takes away from the magic.
I don't know.
Maybe it takes it too seriously.
His voice just grates on my nerves.
And honestly, Face Off.
No, the one with him and the bees, where they put it's in some like weird Amish town or some shit.
I don't even know what this is. See, again, I've only given him 3 shots.
Oh yeah, I'm good on that. That's one of them horror movies. I'm good. Like Face Off. Face Off is another one.
All I can think of is bees with Candyman.
No, it's Children of the Damned or something like that. But Face Off is another good one. Like with him and John Travolta. Like that was like the white man movie version of The Boy Is Mine with Monica and Brady. It was good though. Like I thought it was
I just
great.
heard that song not too long. What was it? Where did I hear that song? Oh, somebody posted like if proof that you're from the 90s and it was like 25 songs that you cannot listen to without singing and that was on it.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man. See, it is a remake. So,
remake. I saw the original and the original was and then Nicolas Cage did and I went, nope, can't even.
Nope, not even going to. And you know what? That was a smart decision.
Yeah.
That was a very smart decision.
Oh my God, I can't even with that man. I'm waiting for the moment he stops acting because I need it. I need it really bad. And I'm sorry if you like Nicolas Cage.
I think he has. I think you're safe. You know what movie?
Didn't he make National Treasure like 5.0 or something?
No. Okay. He's done with the National Treasures. Okay. I liked his movie Knowing. There's a movie Knowing. I mean, granted, yes, he's Nicolas Cage. He's Nicolas Caging as fucking it. But like, it's a good movie because the world ends.
I need to IMDb this. I was watching something one day, and Nicolas Cage was in it, and it was like he wasn't cast or it was like and Ken was fucking cracking up because I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" It was like a sneak Nicolas Cage attack because I never would have saw this movie knowing he was even a cameo.
Trying to force the Nicolas upon you.
I know it was terrible.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm gonna look it up because I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
I feel Nicolas Cage is he's very par. He's the most par actor of all time.
Just par.
He's just par. He's alright.
It's gonna drive me nuts. I
feel like he's the Memphis Bleak of acting. Like it's just Memphis Bleak isn't a terrible rapper. It's just
He's not great.
Like, thank God Jay-Z's there. Like,
Right.
and he's been doing his thing. He's been doing his thing.
I
That's
don't
how I feel
understand
about
new rap. I'm going to be honest. My kids listen to this, and I'm like, what? There's some song called Rolly. My son listened to it like 18 times yesterday. And it was
Rolly?
Yeah.
It's probably just random drug rap.
It's something about watches.
Watches? Oh, the Rolly on his wrist. Yeah, like a Rolex. Yeah. I don't know.
The song is bad.
Yeah, it probably is bad. It's probably the mumble rappers. Mm-hmm. So that's
I'm gonna find it next. Oh, that was it. Snowden. It was Nicolas Cage and Snowden.
He was in Snowden?
Yes, and it's a sneak attack because he's not like, they don't talk about it, but he plays like Edward Snowden's like first teacher or something, and like there's a scene where he's like teaching and he teaches them like about
Nicolas Cage.
No, that's right. It's like when he first started working for the government, this guy was like his trainer, and the guy was basically like punished for like spying into the government a little bit, but not like permanently punished. Basically, they put him in like in charge of archives and stuff, and Snowden was talking to him, and I was like, I looked at him and I go, that's sneak attack Nicolas Cage. He's not even listed in the opening credits.
Nicolas Cage getting this quiet
and
money.
I was like, I would not fucking Snowden. That's right. I was like, it wasn't that long ago. I just saw him in something. It was a sneak attack Cage.
Man.
And Ken was looking at me like laughing. He's like, and I'm
fucking
going.
Terrible.
It was like tangible. My face was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Why is this guy on my screen? Get him out of here.
Because you don't want that. That's how I feel when man, there's a couple people like that. Like majority of like boring ass like white chicks. Like I want to say Madeline Stowe, but that's just because I'm just naming.
I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
Man, is it like? Have you ever watched anything like? You ever heard anything that played in the background? That's Madeline Stowe. Like It's just. Like, this is just a movie that's playing in the background. Like, she's a born-ass actress. Okay. But all right, guys. I guess we're about to head out.
No, hold on. I got to find this Rolly song for you.
Oh, look. What, you got to find the Rolly song?
I'm going to find the Rolly song.
Why are you forcing me? Why are you subjecting me to this?
Because, like, listen, I have teenage children. You need to experience what you're getting into.
No!
Here it is. Here it is. Wait for it. I had to find it on YouTube.
This is terrible.
It's bad.
Who is it by?
Ayo and Tio.
Nah, son. Fuck out of here, B.
I can't. My son listened to this no less than 100 times yesterday and was dancing. And I'm going, Caleb, this song is bad.
He's terrible.
Like, no, it's about, he's like, and he's got to move. And there's a part that's like, I already got a designer to hold up my pants. And he's like pulling his pants up. I'm like, oh, this song is bad. I don't understand new rap. And Caleb's like, what did you listen to? And I'm like, listen, growing up, it was Tupac. It was Notorious B.I.G.
No. It was some shitty shit
garbage.
Too. We listen to shitty shit too, because for every great artist,
when we were kids,
there's Aqua, like I'm a Barbie girl. Like
I wouldn't count that rap. That's pop.
No, I'm talking about like for every like great artist. Yeah. Even in hip hop,
who when we were young would have been considered garbage? Vanilla Ice, I guess.
Vanilla Ice, everybody hated on Vanilla, though Vanilla Ice wasn't that bad, by the way.
Right.
When you go back, Vanilla Ice wasn't that bad.
It was a sample of Pressure.
Yeah. I mean,
it is what it is.
So you have that. You have people hated on Kwame. Kwame, you don't know who Kwame is, but that's like he was like a dancer. He was like Biggie ended up kind of ending his career with a line. That he cracked on him, and it was just bad. So I can't really think of like too much. There was a shit ton of whack rappers though.
I see, and that's it. Maybe I just didn't listen to them.
They wasn't that popular. Like they didn't.
Silk the Shocker.
Silk the Shocker is one of the worst rappers of all time, and I ignore him every chance I get a chance. Like he sucked and he never rapped on beat. I say that on record. Top 5 worst alive. Top 5.
Fair enough.
Cosign, it was one of the worst rappers of all time.
Worse than these two?
Huh? Worse than that.
And Ayo?
Yes, worse than that.
I just want to rolly.
Like, I'm pretty sure if your son, if he's listening to that long, it means that he was presented with an option of listening to Silk the Shocker or them, and he's like, I'm just gonna roll with this for a day. Yeah. So,
Caleb gets into like certain, like I don't even. Oh, Eminem. He was like, man, you know who's good? Old school Eminem. And I'm like, first off, please don't say that's old school. Please don't say that's old school.
That's
Because that was like, I was in college. I don't feel like I'm that old.
Yeah.
To be, and he's like, well, I heard it on the old school lunch. Fuck you all. I feel like you're trying to make me feel 80.
We are old. Oh, God.
Eminem is old school now?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It is old school. They are listening to old school.
I just saw, I was up late one night, and there's a Time Life commercial for the best of Nirvana. Nirvana has become a Time Life offering.
Shit. That is...
Yeah.
Disheartening.
I feel dirty.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm almost to Depends age.
Let that sink in.
I'm good. I'm good on all that shit. All right.
Well, Kurt Cobain would have been 50 this year, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, he would have.
Damn.
It has been a minute.
Yeah.
It has been a minute. Wow. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Shout out to Aberdeen.
Right. Aberdeen
doing this
raising
thing.
some angry people.
Making
great music though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. And close to ocean shores. So. Yeah. That's what I like about Aberdeen.
That's what Aberdeen's known for.
Yeah.
It's the last place you can get at McDonald's before you hit the beach.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Aberdeen, you're almost to ocean shores.
Right. It's where Ken and I, most recently we took a trip to Seabrook, which is this tiny little white bread Truman Show type community that we like to rent houses at right on the beach.
Shit.
We stopped in Aberdeen for a dog bowl because our dog was thirsty in the car.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what you do. Because that's the last place to stop before you hit the beach.
Honestly, the best thing about Aberdeen is when we passed by and I saw the sign that says, "Come as you are."
Yeah.
And I was like, I get it.
I see what you did
there. I see what you did there.
Kurt Cobain was born there.
Sad what happened.
It is sad.
Yeah, have a good one.
I still don't think he did it himself. That's my conspiracy theory that I subscribe to.
Oh man, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I blame his ex-wife, Courtney.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, she got big after he died. She was whole as garbage.
Whole is garbage, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I like whole songs.
There's some, but they were the ones written by him.
You are a true conspiracy theorist in this. This is awesome. Is good.
I like
Doll Parts is amazing.
And it was written by him though.
Yeah, Doll Parts is amazing.
Celebrity Skin.
Celebrity Skin is dope.
Yep, written by him.
Really? Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
All the whole songs that were big were written by Kurt Cobain.
Wow, because I like Celebrity Skin.
Yep. Me too. Damn. I know. I still hear that song on the radio. I'm like, oh, make me over.
That shit's dope. Like, that shit's dope.
I'm all I wanna be.
Violet is dope.
Yep, Violet.
Violet is dope.
Yeah.
Those songs were dope. She can't sing for shit.
That's why Hole went nowhere after he died.
Yeah. Because he can't sing for shit.
She lived off his royalties for a long time.
That's fucking tragic. We are probably not gonna get Courtney Love on the show. No.
That's probably for the best.
We fucked that up. Thanks, Breezy.
Sorry.
But all right, everybody.
Their daughter, Frances Bean, though, is beautiful. She is amazingly beautiful.
All right, guys. I'm about to say let's go because it is late. It has gotten dark since we gotta love daylight savings.
Fuck daylight savings.
They took the hour away.
I lost an hour today.
Yeah, and we felt it.
And I'm old now. Apparently, I need my sleep.
My kids do not give a fuck.
No.
That I went to bed late. So they do not.
Did they ever?
Nah. They're not. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for listening. Be sure to follow us on SoundCloud. Click the follow button. Spread this out. Spread it out to your friends. Let us know what you think. We love having our listeners listen in. We love having you laugh with us. We love having you offended by us in some ways. We're not like shock jocks or anything like that. It's just people with opinions.
I'm sorry if you're from Arkansas and Montana, if you like Bruce Willis, if you like Nicolas Cage, if you like Courtney Love.
Yeah.
We're sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
We're not really that sorry.
I'm not that sorry.
That was not sorry at all. So well, all right, guys. You have a great evening. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.